writers are prone to becoming so attached to our characters and stories that we struggle to see why a passage may not be working. It takes another set of eyes to help us nurture our writing to full maturity. At Black Wolf Editorial Services, we strive to enable writers to develop and grow, shaping stories into masterpieces that can stand the test of time. Editing services are provided for all genres and all age categories. Services range from critiques of the short story through to line edits of the full-length novel and copy editing for those preparing for publication. We also offer assistance on generating a writer's bio for your websites, as well as help with those book blurbs and promotional material. We won't abandon you to the masses. We want to celebrate with you in your successes. Black Wolf Editorial Services, nurturing your writing into maturity. For a full list of services and prices, visit us at blackwolfeditorial.com.
You're listening to the Spark Radio Network, internet radio like you've never heard before. Innovation, creativity, and imagination are all said to begin with a spark. So fasten your seatbelt and take the ride of your life and listen for the spark.
This is Shut Up and Get a Customer here on Biz 1190. Sales insight for those looking for unreasonable success, featuring Dan Jordan, the sales energizer, online at remedysalesmatch.com. Dan Jordan's advice: shut up and get a customer. Find out more at remedysalesmatch.com.
remedysalesmatch.com. I can't believe you're not there already. Marquis, how you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Yeah.
A little tired, but I'm doing great.
Why are you so tired? Oh, you have the baby. How's the baby going?
She's great, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, she's just up all night.
Why is that?
Couldn't tell you.
Yeah?
Couldn't tell you.
It's like real, like crazy stuff that she just will not sleep.
She will not sleep. Like, she will sleep all day.
Yeah?
We will go outside with her. We went to the mall yesterday to try to get the kids some school clothes and shoes and stuff. She will sleep. During the hustle and bustle of the mall, she will sleep. We get home. Oh, hey, I'm home. Let me wake up.
Yeah.
Let me look at everything.
And the whole thing, and there she is. That's good. But she's still cute.
Still so cute.
Yeah, that's good. Hey, did you get pictures of her in the hospital?
Yes.
So
yes.
Was that a group that comes to you and tells you all about it and sells you like a package and a whole thing?
Yes, it was.
And they closed you like a barn door. There ain't nothing you could do about that.
Let me tell you how they closed me, though.
Please do.
Okay, so I'm sitting there.
This is the best, by the way, the world's best sales job. They were available.
They were sitting there, baby, and she was taking pictures of the baby. And she said, "Dad, you come sit over here and hold the baby." Oh. I said, "Okay." So I'm holding the baby. She starts taking pictures. She said, "Put your nose to nose with the baby." So I do this, and she shows us the picture because it's a digital camera, and she looks so tiny in my hands. I said, "I got to have these pictures." And from there, we bought, I think it was $220.
Well, so here's the thing. Did she do any selling?
Not really.
No, because you know what? You were too busy buying. See, that's the thing. If you can put yourself in that situation, that is awesome that she did that. Now, here's the thing. What if she was trying to tell you about pictures of my baby?
I wouldn't have bought them.
Yeah, of course. Because you don't care about that.
Nope.
What you care about is you as yours. So that's what you got to talk about, that which the customer is interested in, which is that baby. You are a done deal. That's a real business. I actually saw an ad for that. They're looking at hospitals. The hospitals make money with this thing.
They do?
It's the hospital has an agreement with that photographer, and they have something that will allow you to come in here and do this, and we get a cut on the inside. It's a money maker for the hospitals.
Telling you, I'm trying to get into that pharmaceutical hospital business.
Yeah. All right. So remember, here we are. Shut up and get a customer. Wealth, fame, and good fortune is at your beck and call. If you simply focus on one thing every day, get a customer. You know how excited that person in the hospital is every day when they go into work? Not only do they get to see new life, but they have an opportunity for a sale every time somebody's born. Every time someone's born. But you know what's great about the sales business? That's true for everybody. That's true for you, too. It's true for everybody out there. Every morning you wake up, you can meet somebody that's going to change your life. In fact, if you go to bed at night and think, who are the 5 top people I need to talk to? Who am I going to talk to tomorrow? Who am I going to try to talk to tomorrow that could change my life? You don't just wake up from an alarm clock. You bounce out of bed for your purpose. You got something to do. How hard was it for you to get out of bed to go to the hospital and have a baby?
Not hard at all.
Not hard at all. The day before you go on vacation, you just jump out of bed. You get more done the day before you go on vacation than any other day because you got a reason to do something. If you go to bed, why am I screaming today, baby? Woo! See, now that's a producer. That's a producer who can come up with stuff like that right at the drop of the hat. All right. Before I get too crazy, a Jim Rohn quote, because this starts the day. What I'm talking about today is the master salesperson. You see, people can get good and people can get great. But when you drive your car, you're not thinking about we'll go to the kid. You know, your kid is going to learn to walk one day. You've had other kids that have walked, right? And what if you're trying to teach them all the time? You're like saying you're leaning too much to the right. There you go. Lean back. A little pressure on the pinky. No, on the pinky on the back here. Stand. Arms out. You don't do all that.
Nope.
Think of the million of little different adjustments you have to make when you just walk, and then you get to the point where you don't think about it anymore. You get up and go where you want to go. That's the point of the salesperson where you want to get to. The master salesperson. You're not good. You're not great. It just comes naturally. You're not thinking about what you're doing, how you're building rapport. It's just coming naturally. You don't have to have little skills like put your nose next to the baby. You're really interested in getting that perfect shot. And you're going to put that nose back. There's nothing better than a baby head smell.
Yes.
It's a different smell.
It is.
One time I walked up to a lady. She had a little cute baby. I said, "Can I smell your baby's head?" Did not go well. All right, Jim Rohn. The quote of the day: if you're not willing to risk the unusual, you'll have to settle for the ordinary. I'm letting that settle in there. This is what I learned this from my daughter. She's going into high school. She's, how old is she now? 14. Last week I told you this story. I kiss her goodbye. You know, she has this cute little cheek, so I kiss her goodbye in the morning. Of course, she's sleeping. And the other day I'm there, and she was cradling her iPhone like it was a teddy bear. You know, like that's what she's thinking about. But she's going to high school, and so she has to get clothes and all this stuff. And what do you think? Do you think she wants to look different? No. She wants to look like everyone else.
Terrible. But just terrible. That was crazy.
Just terrible.
What movie is that?
That's the basketball player, Charles Barkley.
Charles Barkley, saying terrible. No, he's not in a movie. Anyway, yeah, so you got to risk the unusual. You got to risk doing something. Otherwise, you're just going to be part of the crowd. We're not going to let that happen. And salespeople do that all that time. And everybody does that all that time. It's a lot easier.
Yeah.
You wake up in the morning and just do what everybody else does. You got to stand out from a crowd. I was coming here today, and there's this guy walking across the street. I mean, so slow. I really thought the light was going to change before he got to the other. I was actually concerned about this, and I'm looking at him, and I'm like, what is this guy thinking?
It's not that I'm lazy. It's that I just don't care.
Yeah, that's it.
And that's exactly right. He didn't care. Success in sales, success in life loves speed. You got to be moving at all times. Even if you don't know where you're going, go there fast. Because if you walk with purpose and if you walk fast and you're going, people are going to think you're going somewhere. All of a sudden, you're going to have followers.
Yep.
And, you know, having followers, that's all you need to be a leader. All right, listen, when we get back, I got 4 or 5 points that are going to turn you into this master salesperson. But before you go, you got to hook up with me. Go to my website. If you want to hear tips throughout the week, remedysalesmatch.com, Facebook, putz around over there. And on Twitter at DJ Jordan. But listen, go to the website, remedysalesmatch.com. Sign up for the newsletter. You'll get all sorts of access to everything, and you'll earn billions. We'll see you on the other side.
This is Slickery Trigger for Rebel Road Tactical. With proper care and feeding, your pistol will be ready when you need it. There to save your life. Shouldn't your gear be that good? Whether you need a holster for comfortable everyday carry or a tough-as-nails holster for your next training course, Rebel Road Tactical has what you need. Check us out on the web at rebelroadtactical.com.
the leader in talk radio on the Internet, right here on K98Talk.com.
You're listening to Shut Up and Get a Customer, with insight for those looking for an unreasonable amount of success. Go to RemedySalesMatch.com. Now on to the next segment. Here's your host, Dan Jordan.
Woo, that's what I'm talking about. You got to come in on a little Elvis.
Yeah.
The king there, baby. I'm telling you, he's the in 1950s. Hey, I got my hat today. I was wearing my hat.
Oh, nice hat.
I like this. You know, I wear it because I thought it was going to rain.
Is that you wore a fedora because you thought it was going to rain?
Well, yeah, and so you want to keep, and I've painfully pale skin, and I don't tan. I turn pink and then white again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's nightmarish, and I burn. So I wear the hat. But I'll tell you, the hat thing is great. This particular one, my wife, she says I look like a fire hydrant. You put it on because But I have another hat, an Indiana Jones hat, which I love. It's just a little heavy, so I don't wear it right now. But I'll tell you why. It changes the way you feel.
You said Indiana Jones?
Yeah. Oh, you're kidding me. Look at you. That's why you got all excited.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. And so that's what happens. So in the morning, I go out, I do all my stuff, I walk the dog, I come in, I change the kitty litter, I'm ready to go out, I grab my bag, I grab the hat, I put it on my head, and I'm like Indiana Jones. Instead of going to work, I'm going on a quest. I'm telling you, it changes your whole idea, and that's what successful salespeople do. They control their attitude any way they can. If you just go out normally and just ordinary, then you're going to get that result ordinary all the time. So, successful people need to have their attitude. Check one, do that. If you don't do that, you're not giving yourself a chance, but worse than that, you're giving your competition a chance to go after your clients. And they will. And they're going to go after them with price. Listen, we have an issue now that's going on in the world. There's a ton of competition from all over, everywhere, in your business that you're in right now. If you're not growing, you're shrinking. If you're not climbing, you're sliding. There's no in between. You got to keep moving. And most of you salespeople, I'll get a breath in here eventually. Most of you salespeople have been playing around catching low-hanging fruit your entire career. Most salespeople have leads that are given to them, and they run a certain amount of leads, and things will fall, and they have a good career, and you make the President's Club, and you think you're good, and everything's great, and you're moving along until something happens in the economy, until some merger happens with your company, because you haven't developed the skills of a master salesperson. See, while you were just capturing the low-hanging fruit, your competition or some young punk coming out of school was trying to build the brand, build their name, become an expert, become the person that people want to know. The one in the field, making webinars, getting their own website, becoming a proficient in social media. What about you? How many of you people out there right now have a website? I'm talking you're an individual person that's just a salesperson for another company, have your own personal website. Raise your hand. Not when you're driving. The point is most of you don't have it.
Yeah.
And most of you are expecting leads to come from your company, and you're going to go through old clients that used to be and work with your company, and you're going to work all those people, and you're going to be an account manager. Well, an account manager is just that. And when those accounts go away, so does your job. Master salespeople are constantly working on themselves and their brand. Better people make better salespeople. But they also make better people. Better people have better habits. And those habits will take you forever. I'm actually getting slightly serious here. And the reason is I see great people on a regular basis, people who are making good money, over $150,000, over $250,000, have a good life, a good family, everything's going well, and then something tweaks a little bit. And then a year and a half later, they finally are going to settle for some job that they don't want, and their whole confidence and demeanor is crushed, and it's difficult to watch, and it's difficult for their children to watch them. And you can prevent that from happening. The customers that you have now or the friends that you develop now, they're still yours. They're still yours a month from now or a year from now or 10 years from now if you maintain them in some sort of CRM or some sort of database. It's the easiest thing you can do, and people who are just too busy on collecting the low-hanging fruit and earning money for this month will not do that. And if you don't do that, you're going to be victim to any circumstance that happens outside your control. Like my dad said, that I've said it before, don't worry, don't let the outside affect the inside. Make the inside affect the outside. And how you affect the inside is by constantly working on yourself to become better every day. That's what master salespeople do. This morning at 4:30, I was watching a 7-minute video that I took notes from. And those notes are going to turn into tweets, and those tweets are going to turn into articles, and those articles are going to turn into content that I can give value to my current clients, current prospects, and future prospects and clients.
From a 7-minute video?
Every day. Every day there's 7-minute video. Have you ever heard of a thing called YouTube? I'm telling you, when I first discovered YouTube, I didn't work for 3 days.
Oh, Michael Scott.
Was that The Office?
Yeah, The Office.
That's what my daughter and I, we watch that show. We have a little office party. I'll have to have her in here one day. And I'm feeling nauseous today.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you ever have too much fruit in the morning?
Can't say that I have.
Yeah, I had this pear. It was a delicious pear. And it was like you eat it and like the juice was falling, down your mouth, and it was just like luscious. It was delicious. It was the best pear I've ever had in my life. And then my hands, got sticky, and then you hold the steering wheel, and your steering wheel gets sticky, and then you start getting mad. But then you think it's just a good pear, and then you have another one because you're already sticky,
yeah.
So you might as well say another one. And now I'm nauseous. That's what happens. You know what? That story, I could probably use for a good rapport to start a conversation with somebody. How many people are willing to do that? To make odd types of points, little self-deprecating humor in order to get in with a client, a prospect, and a customer and always be remembered. Because that's what, as Jim Rohn says, if you're not willing to risk the unusual, you have to settle for the ordinary. There's tons more tricks and tips and ideas that you can have to make this and every year your best year ever. If you go to the website, remedysalesmatch.com, get the newsletter, and we'll be back for an awesome meeting after this.
Is debt beating you down? You need discipline. You need the Debt Ninja. If you've been caught in a financial trap and need to be set free, then you need the Debt Ninja. Want to stop those harassing collection calls, start saving thousands in interest and fees, and get out of debt fast? Then you need to call the Debt Ninja. The Debt Ninja will find the best companies across the country that will help you consolidate all your bills into one easy payment, reduce your payments by 30 to 50%, and get you out of debt fast. If you have unsecured debt of $10,000 or more, such as credit cards, loans, or medical bills, call the Debt Ninja for a free 15-minute consultation.
Call 800-826-1246. 800-826-1246. That's 800-826-1246. Call today.
The Debt Ninja.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control over your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank account, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problems now by calling the experts at Tax Mediation Services and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. Tax Mediation Services is accredited by the Better Business Bureau. Call now for a free case review and a price protection guaranteed quote.
Call Tax Mediation Services now at 800-610-9050. That's 800-610-9050. 800-610-9050.
You're listening to Shut Up and Get a Customer with insight for those looking for an unreasonable amount of success. Go to RemedySalesMatch.com. Now on to the next segment. Here's your host, Dan Jordan.
Well, if that isn't a stereotypical little Southern song you got going on there.
I love it.
Yeah. Who doesn't? Everybody likes it. Everybody waits for the turn it up thing.
Yep.
You ever see people do it live, like, a 15-year-old kid and he's learned his first song? And turn it up.
It's always the first song you learn on the guitar, right?
An acoustic guitar. All right, welcome back to Shut Up and Get a Customer. Gosh, I can't believe you guys are still here. I know why you're here, because you're waiting for the big news of how you're going to dominate in this competitive environment. Let me tell you, competition and real rough economic times are great for the salesperson. What it does is it builds winners. It also destroys the rest. But it gives you an opportunity to build yourself into the winner. And how you do it, here's the two most important things. The first thing you need to do is know yourself. I may have told this story before, but I used to have a deli in New Jersey. Did I ever tell you the deli stories?
I don't know the deli story.
You don't know a deli story?
No.
Oh, my gosh. All right, so after high school, first business, I bought a butcher shop, turned it into a deli, and that's really what kind of financed everything. So this deli was a great little store. I worked 1,000,000 hours, 5 in the morning till 8 at night every day. But the first year, you know how many days I worked the first year?
365.
365 days. Every day. The second year, you know how many days I worked?
365 days.
363, and I'll tell you why.
You got a weekend.
Christmas and New Year's worked out to be on a Sunday that year. So I said, you know what? I'm off. 363. Worked my brains out, try to get this thing going, because I didn't know what I was doing. But this is me. So this is how I am, and this is how I act at 5 in the morning, and it's how I act at 8 o'clock at night until I go to bed. Can you imagine how annoying it is? You're exhausted. You're coming to the deli for a cup of coffee in the morning, and you had me, just screaming. It was crazy.
I have people skills. I am good at dealing with people. Can't you understand that?
That's exactly right. How do you get that's good stuff?
Hey, I'm working on it.
So I had this guy that came in, Paul Smith. Good guy. And Paul Smith said to me, he said, listen, you're a good guy. I like your store. I like everything here. I want to help you out. But he goes, you drive me crazy in the morning because I can't come here. Because I go down the street. You drive me nuts. And so, I'm just, you're laughing at that?
Yes, that's funny.
He's very honest. And so I said, listen, I understand. And so I calmed down a little bit. And I stopped. And a couple of days later, my dad comes up to me. He had another store at the time, but he came in, he looked at me, he goes, Danny, with a little accent. Danny, qu'est-ce que tu fais? What do you do? Where's my son? And I told him the story about Paul, and I said, the guy came in, he thinks I'm annoying, I'm trying to do. And my dad gave me a little advice. It's good stuff. Write it down. You ready?
Yep, okay. I guess so. Yeah, I'm ready.
He said, Danny, remember this. He says, you got to be yourself. He said, your customers, your employees, and your friends will be attracted to people like you. If you act like someone else, you'll wind up at 50 years old, surrounded by people you don't like and don't like you. Oh, that's good stuff, huh?
Yeah. Sentimental.
Be yourself.
Be yourself.
Because you will gain as much people as you would lose, probably even more you're going to gain, because you can't act like someone else you don't like, and you won't be happy. Like your little be happy. You won't be happy. And so you're not going to attract as many people. You got to know yourself. So there's things that I would do that other people wouldn't do, or there's things that would be effective to me that wouldn't be to someone else. So you have to know yourself. Second, and this is the other thing, to be a master salesperson, you need to take the time to know your prospect and your client. But I don't mean just know like who they are, where they are geographically, and how much money they earn, and how many children they have, and how big their house is, and what type of job they have. Not just that. That's just all the demographics. We can get all that. You need to know internally what they're afraid of. What wakes them up? What keeps them? What wakes them up in the morning? What What fears do they have? What worries do they have about their children, about their life? Do they want more time? Do they want more money? You want to know all that stuff. And once you have that, once you know yourself and you know your customer better than they know themselves, if you know their goals, their business goals, what they're looking to achieve, the type of car they want to buy, all that stuff, well, then you've got materials and tools that you can attack the marketplace like nobody else. And once you have that person as a customer and you become their friend, because listen, once you're a like-minded person, so they're going to like you automatically. And listen, all things being equal, people like to do business with people they like.
Yep.
But all things being not so equal, you're not as good looking.
Illogical.
People still like to do business with people they like. So you need to be likable. Someone who's authentic with themselves and puts themselves out in the marketplace, takes the time to learn their customers and prospects, their needs, their wants, their desires, their worries, their fears, their anxieties, helps them get to their goals. That person has earned a place for the rest of their lives in the land of success and money. The other thing is,
what's that?
It takes a little work. And once you're there, it's easy. But most people, Jeffrey Gitomer said this, most people aren't willing to do the hard work it takes to make winning easy.
That's true.
Dang, that's good stuff.
That's true.
Where does that come from? I tell you what, that's just good stuff. What else you got?
Well, I don't sell or I don't have any customers, but...
Listen, the idea is this. I actually made silence for a point because I want people to think it's one thing. I did a speech last Monday, and I come to the realization everybody wants answers. They just want answers. What do I need to do? This, and this, and this. Well, I'm telling you, it's different for everybody. If you would just do this one thing, if you would just think about yourself, who you are, and who your customer is, the world will open up to you. And you can make it all happen. And it could start this week in the best business in the world of sales, where opportunity is everywhere. Wealth, fame, and good fortune is at your beck and call if you concentrate on what, Marquis?
Shutting up and get a customer.
Shut up and get a customer, and go to the website, remedysalesmatch.com. Sign up for the newsletter. If you haven't done that already, you're out your mind. Sign up for that newsletter. You'll get access to all sorts of ideas, and even me when I come to your town. We'll see you next time on Shut Up and Get a Customer. I'm the Deej. Thank you for listening.
You've been listening to Shut Up and Get a Customer with Dan Jordan, the Sales Energizer, here on Biz 1190, your source for insight in business, sales, and life. Connect online at remedysalesmatch.com. And remember, good fortune is at your fingertips. You just have to focus on one thing. So shut up and get a customer. remedysalesmatch.com.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
This is Slickery Trigger for Rebel Road Tactical. With proper care and feeding, your pistol will be ready when you need it. There to save your life. Shouldn't your gear be that good? Whether you need a holster for comfortable everyday carry or a tough-as-nails holster for your next training course, Rebel Road Tactical has what you need. Check us out on the web at rebelroadtactical.com.